This is all about mental attitude. Okay? If you don't think that your dog's going to do it, they're not going to do it. If you're scared, they're going to feel that vibration. They're going to not do it. Okay? And I want you guys to know that with these dogs, maybe by graduation, she'll be doing everything. Or maybe Leo will be doing all the stuff that he needs to do, and your dog won't be. That's because we're working on socializing your dog. Okay? Don't get discouraged. What's important is that your dog grows. Okay? And I want you guys to remember this. If they take baby steps, oh, they did this. Okay, well, is it better than last time? Yes. Give them credit for that. Okay? I had a dog that did the meet and greet for months. And then finally, when the dogs came in, he did meet and greet. When a dog got too close, he growled. Mom said, bad dog. And I'm like, wait, not necessarily. She goes, what do you mean? Took him like almost 6 months to stand up for himself and say, get out of my face. Okay? So that was a good thing. But be aware, what this class is about is teaching your dogs boundaries and rules, okay? So you got to be careful, because now that dog said, get out of my space, okay, that's great. But he might start taking it a step further, because now you have to set another boundary. Does that make sense? Okay? So guess what he did when he out on play care? He went out there, and a dog got in his face, and he goes, get out of my way, get my hair. And guess what? I corrected him. Because saying, hey, get out of my face is acceptable, but going after them is not. Okay? Because that other dog might say, oh, yeah, and come back and try to attack or something. Okay? So we got to teach them boundaries and everything. Mental attitudes. So when you're training your dog, I want you guys to take a deep breath, especially if you're anxious. It is scientifically proven that if you take a deep breath, you hold it for 5 to 7 seconds, it changes the peptides in your brain, and it calms you down. Guess what? If you're calmer, your dog's calmer too. Okay? Does that make sense? So I want you to take that deep breath, push it out. You can think of a hula hoop coming through your body, taking all that fear and that anger and the anxiety and whatever you were doing today out of your head, because now we're in training mode. Okay? Think of that hula hoop coming down, taking all that and pushing it out to the earth. Okay? And when you breathe in, you can breathe in nice soft energy if you want to do that as well, because that helps too sometimes. Okay? Intention is everything, okay? They also did a study recently that says your dog knows your intentions. Anybody see that study? Okay? If your dog knows your intentions, then how are they knowing your intentions? Maybe body language, but it could be that energy. They feel that, okay? It's kind of like how prayers work, all right? So you're going to take that deep breath, and you're going to visualize what it is that you want your dog to do. What's a sit, down, stay, wait, whatever. Visualize it in your head, and then ask them. And then your energy is a lot more solid, okay? And I understand you guys are just learning, so I don't expect you guys to be confident and solid like I am right away. Don't worry about it. I know you guys are learning, okay? And consistency is very, very important. That's why it took me 8 months to train my dog not to jump on me, because it took me 6 months to train my ex-husband, okay? So that's why we want everybody to be on the same page. And this is a big one. If your dog has fears, what do you guys need? Oh, it's so good. She's showing them. We can't bring it down to you, honey. I'm sorry. Good job. Okay, so one of the really important things is when you have a dog that's aggressive or shy, especially aggressive because that's dangerous, okay, everybody in the family has to set those boundaries. Why? I have learned everything I've learned from these dogs and these people. And it's so important for me to train you guys. Dogs are easy, okay? This dog was scared. Mom did all the training. Dad was busy going to school. Then one day, the dog came across Dad. Why? We don't know, and you don't have to know. He had earphones on. He couldn't hear, but he felt the rumble in his chest. He's lucky that he went like this at the moment he did, because that dog would have bit him in the face. And he was very upset. And then we find out he had trauma. That's part of it, being upset. Okay, so what we had to do is, yes, he had a consequence. Okay, he was outside for a couple days. Okay, and he doesn't like being outside. And we had to get Dad on track and make sure that he started implementing rules and boundaries. Okay, because then that dog that was a weak link. Dad was a weak link. And that brings out anxiety in your dogs, because if somebody in your family is not confident, then your dog feels that, and they become unconfident when they're around that person as well. Okay? Any questions? All right, so that's important. Okay. So remember to think, visualize, and then do it. Patience. That's one of the consequences that your dogs has is dogs repeat their behavior based on consequences, okay? But you got to make sure that consequence outweighs that reward, okay? If your dog gets up on the counter and gets your turkey and you catch him, bad dog, shame on you, get outside, okay? What was his reward? Turkey. It was warm and cooked and spiced, okay? And what was his consequence? Blah, 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 go outside and play. Right? So is he going to get that turkey again? He probably will. So you got to make sure the consequence outweighs the reward. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to beat them. You don't have to do that stuff. Just give them a boundary that they know. 90% of my students use a scoreboard on a string. You can do the nice way. You know, when your dog jumps on you, turn your back. That's supposed to make them stop doing it by extinction. Okay? I've learned how to do things faster. Why? Because little kids get knocked over. And old people get scratched, and they bleed when they get scratched, okay? When you could just give them a negative marker, they get off, and touch them when they're off. That's the first thing I want you guys to learn is off. When your dog gets on the counter, off. When your dog gets on you, off. If you want them down, that's a down right there, with the hips out, okay? Because we're going to learn how to do the down with the hips out, not in the Sphinx position, because then they can get up right away, and once you start making distance, we don't have time to correct them, okay? We want them in the relaxed down position. And you guys, putting them in the kennel, you know what's worse than putting them in the kennel is letting them out of the kennel, and they come up to you and go, hey, Mom, how are you? And you go, no, I don't want to talk to you. You're a bed dog. Go away. That's worse, because in the kennel, they can't come to you. But if they come to you and you still tell them, I don't want to talk to you, you're bad, then they get all butthurt and they'll remember next time, okay? Some of this stuff, it's hard for them because they're in that fear mode of fight or flight or the anxiety or whatever. But they will get it if you stay consistent. So you got to have that patience too, okay? So we're going to use certain tools in this class. One of them is using a lure, okay? So if you have a lure like this, okay, and it doesn't work, guess what? Bring out the big ammo, okay? Bring out a bigger one. This really works, especially when you start adding distraction. In training your dogs, we got to train them with no distraction, and then we're going to do small distraction, medium, and large, okay? So we're going to stay in our seats for the next couple weeks, and we're going to learn new things, okay? Go ahead and pull them all back. There you go. And then what I want you guys to learn is when you guys want to learn how to loose leash walk, you have to have a loose leash at all times, okay? So if he goes out of his perimeter, decide where you want his perimeter at. Where do you want it? Right there? Where's your leash? Okay, but you don't want him to go out much further than what he's already out now. So put your hand down about a foot from the bottom of that. Good. Yeah, from where your hand's at. Yeah, about right there. Okay, so that's your perimeter. Okay, and it's on your leg right there. If he goes out of your perimeter, give him that negative marker. Gently pull him back in. Put your arm down as quickly as possible because to teach your dogs how to loose leash walk, you have to have a loose leash. So and then mom, but don't just pull him 2 inches because all he has to do is take 1 foot and he's in your perimeter and take 1 foot and he's out. So you got to pull back far enough that he's in your perimeter. Okay, pull him all the way back. Now put your arm back down. But see, where's your off? Did you guys see where she put her arm back to? Yes, she pulled it back here. Did anybody catch that? I'm going to make you guys so aware of micro behaviors, you're going to be awesome by the time you finish this class. Because that's his, and then say, good boy, when he comes back. And you guys don't even have to touch them. They hear you. Good boy. Okay, when we do the meet and greet, I don't want you to touch them because it'll distract them. Okay, and they may quit meeting. Okay, now, if having a leash like this, is that acceptable to you? It's a house rule. But I tell you what, it doesn't take long before they're pulling. Okay, so I like the buckle to hang down from my collar so I know that they're on a loose leash. Okay? All right, so decide where your leash is, where your perimeter is, even sitting here, because you guys are teaching them stuff. The moment you walked in, you're teaching them stuff. The moment you brought them home, you're teaching them stuff. Okay, so decide how much perimeter you want. If you have to, you can put a loop in your leash. Let me see this one right here that Dad's got. Let me see your leash. Go like this. This is I'm going to go probably about here, okay? So this is a slip knot, so it'll come out if you pull this one. So, but that way, like go this, you know where you're, here you go. There's your perimeter right there, okay? And then with these harnesses, you got to make sure it's on the side they're on. So wait till she comes out, negative marker, and then put your arm back, okay? But it was right here. The smaller they are, the more 4 inches makes a difference, guys. Good. Got it. See? So where's your perimeter, Mom? You might want to give her a little bit more because you want it to be loose. There you go. Try to keep your hands same place. I want you guys to, good. And remember to pull back more than just a little 4 inches. You gotta, if what you are using doesn't work, you do it a couple times, it does not work, you're not getting any progress at all, then add to it. You need to do something else, okay? So my squirt bottle and my Rottweiler, when I squirted him, he would lick it, okay? Yeah, he liked it. So what I did is I stuck vinegar in it. I caught him one time in the eye. Does it sting? Yes. And guess what? After that, I just had to pick up the bottle. My ex used to write bad dog on it because he says, oh, he can read. Because when you show it to him, he's like, okay, I'm not doing that no more, okay? So you don't always have to use it in the eye after the first time, okay? But if they start not listening to you, then you got to change and have something else that will work, okay? Puppy is crying in the kennel, and I tell him, go night-night, and he shuts up, he's quiet, good boy, okay? And then he starts barking again, so I start stomping my feet. I told you to go night-night, shame on you, okay? And I chewed him out a little bit. He was quiet, good boy. He's getting shot from both sides. Leave it. Good girl. You're fine. You're a good girl. Why is she doing that? She's scared. Did you guys see it? Where she went? Between Daddy's legs. And that's why you guys got to be very careful. And if somebody's going past your house and there's a dog out there and they're barking and getting excited, you have to set boundaries on that. And this one, we really don't have to do it too much when we're going to teach them to focus. Okay? So you're going to use focus instead of their names. If I can cut you down and make sure you don't use your name in the class, then I can slow you down, I hope, outside of the class so they start listening to them. Okay? Watch this. Watch my pups. As soon as he looks around, I'm going to see if he's loaded. I'm going to teach you guys how to load him to the, crinkle your bag again so my other one will look over. Good. Focus. Focus. I had to say it twice, dude. Good focus. Good job. Okay? So that's what we're going to use instead of their names. So I'm going to check next week to see if your dogs are loaded to the focus. Okay? You guys want to learn how to do that? Has everybody got soft treats? Make sure you have soft treats. Everybody has treats? Okay. We're going to use small, soft treats so they can get them down quickly. We don't want them to bite them and they fall on the floor because they're hard and they crumble. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to teach them how to focus. So I want you guys to take your lure. Timing is super important on this. Take your lure, put it in front of your dog's nose. There are other ways to get your dog's attention, okay? You can blow on their head, okay? You can go, guys don't like to do that one, okay? You can kiss, okay? You can make a noise. When they make that eye contact, this is very important. Tell them focus. You're going to have that treat between your eyes, okay? Hey, look what I got for you, bud. Look at this. Focus. Good job. Okay? Now, if your dog is afraid of people, then this is a thing that you're going to use with your friends. You're going to have your friends go up and do that to your dog. And they don't even have to go near your dog. They can just go, focus. Good job. I should have handed it to her. Well, that we might be able to teach her for graduation, okay? So you want them to make that eye contact. Now, what if they look away? Focus. Can I repeat focus? As long as he's doing it. Focus. Did you guys see that? Focus. Focus. Good job. But I had to hurry up and give him a treat because if you do it for very long and he does it 1 or 2 times, he doesn't get a reward, he's not going to want to play. So he actually did it twice. Most of your dogs won't until they get better, okay? But I gave that negative marker. He looked back at me. I said, focus again. And why is he looking at me? Because I got a tree between my eyes, okay? But he will learn this because I'm making eye contact with mom or dad or whoever it is, okay? So how do you get him to focus longer? At first, you're going to give him the treats right away, and then you're going to slowly set up the increments a little bit longer, okay? And so I'm going to watch him focus, and I'm going to talk to him. Would you like this? This is a good treat. It's going to come here. No, 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 no. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. Not really. All right, it might come to you. It's coming. Here it comes. Well, not really. All right. Good job. Okay? So he did for at least almost 15 seconds. Okay? Because I started teasing him a little, like, I'm going to give it to you. No, not really. Okay? But that, if you guys can extend their focus time, you can extend their, what's the word for it? Their attention span. Thank you. I had a brain fart. Yes, attention span. That is. I just had a brain fart. Okay? So you'll extend their attention span. Okay? You can get their attention more. So I'm going to come by and make sure everybody's doing it okay. Do you guys understand how to do this? Lure them up to your eye. When they make that eye contact, say focus. If they look away, they look back, you can say focus again, and then you better give them a treat right away because you don't want them to go more than once, especially when they're just learning this. Next week, I want to do this with you guys. Focus. And make sure they're loaded. That means they're loaded. Did you see? He was looking over there when I said focus. Focus. Catch. You missed it. Poor guy. Good job. Okay? And, yep.
When we do our focus commands, do we need them to be like sitting up?
It doesn't matter right now. And well, as long as she's looking at you, okay? And when I teach you guys how to do the sit, it's going to be a little bit funny because I don't want them to learn that this means sit. Because the longer and longer you do it, they're going to get bored and they're going to sit. Okay, but I don't want them to think, but I'm going to show you how to do the sit in a minute. So it doesn't matter. Now, if they're jumping up, you can stand up higher so they don't jump up, okay, as much. Or you can use a negative marker when they're jumping up, and when they get off and they look at you, focus, give them that reward right away, a couple times first, and then you'll slowly extend your time. Does that make sense? Okay, so go ahead and let's start. You guys got treats? Okay, I'm going to come by and make sure everybody's doing it okay. Up to your eye. Oh, and I'm going to time you. Okay, 3 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, now see, you've done too many acts without a reward. Okay, don't give it to her. But I want you to give it to her. Focus and give it to her. Give it to her. There you go. Because you got to go back to those baby steps. Does that make sense? And then try building her up a little bit more. And you can just count in your head. You know, and watch her really careful because when she gets ready to go off, you can sometimes give it to her before she moves. Okay? Put that treat right in front of her nose again, Mom. Put it in front of her nose. Okay. Now give her a reward. Did you make them pretty small? Yeah. Okay, so it'll last you longer. Okay, try again. Okay. Now try not to use your eye. Use it. So put that treat in front of her nose again. Don't say focus unless she's looking. Sorry, distracted. There. Give her a reward. Good job. That was longer. Did you see how that was longer? And next time you'll see if you can go a little bit longer. But if she looks away again, try the negative marker once. If she looks back, do a focus, and then give her the reward right away to keep her engaged because they gotta win. Focus. Focus. Tell Mom it has to be an enticing treat. I don't care about those. Focus. I don't care about those. Good job here. I gave him little ones. Okay.
Am I able to do that though if he's like right now he's not looking at me? So can I get
Off. I had.
it's too late.
I know. Yeah. It's okay. Okay. Make a noise. I'll back off.
Focus.
Give him a treat. And now next time it's going to be a little bit slower. Okay. And after the first one, and then the next time when you do a focus, and break those up in halves or quarters at least. Okay? Yeah, because we want at least half. And he's a big dog. I break him in quarters, and then those big dogs go like, really? That's all you gave me? Okay? See, now he's looking at you. He was paying attention. Okay, so make a noise. Not unless he put the treat in front of his nose. Now, Mom, sometimes you have to put the treat in front of his nose and say, look.
Focus. Focus.
Good
Good
job.
dog.
Is he loaded yet? Not yet?
No.
Okay. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right. Focus. Focus. Shh. Focus. Good job. Good boy. Focus. Focus. Good boy. But I got to give you a piece because I can't give you the whole thing. Okay, good job. Well, so every time you say Jersey and she doesn't listen to you, it emphasizes that she doesn't have to listen to you when you call her name. So how do you get her attention? Blow on her head, Mom. Blow. There you go. Tell her focus, and you should have given her a treat. See? So you go like this. Focus. Focus. Good girl. Good job. All right, blow on her head again. And be ready. Say focus and give her a treat. Good job. So you're going to have to either get a bigger lure or you're going to have to blow on her head. Okay, and when she looks at you, in the very beginning, you guys got to do it really fast. Focus, give her a treat. Okay, till she gets in that habit of looking, okay, and then you can start extending the time. Does that make sense? Okay, how's everybody doing? Good? Everybody. We talked about setting your dog up for success, 3 reasons why they don't listen to you. They don't understand what you're asking, and then they're distracted. Why would they be distracted in this class? Why is your dog distracted when they first came in? Yeah, and they're kind of scared, or they're happy. Some dogs don't, they're just so happy, okay? But I want you guys to also understand that overjoy is a product of some fear sometimes, okay? I've learned it from plenty of dogs. They don't look like they're scared. They're all happy and stuff, but they're not looking at what's scaring them back there, okay? So just remember that overjoy is a product of that as well, okay? Third one is they're teenagers and they don't wanna, okay? So those are the 3 reasons why your dog will not listen to you. And I'm going to teach you guys how to get them to listen to you anyway, okay? Okay, this first week, I don't allow you guys to say sit. Why? Because the dogs are easy. You guys are hard to train. And when I don't put that rule in there, you guys come back, and when your dog doesn't sit, what do you say? Sit. And then your dog doesn't sit, what do you say? Sit. Your dog doesn't sit, what do you say? Sit. Okay, you said it 3 or 4 times. Your dog has learned that standing up is what sit means. So I am not supposed to reward her until she's in that position. Okay, so I wait until they're in that position, then you give them the reward. Watch them very carefully, because if they get back up and you give them that treat when they're getting up, they think that's what they're supposed to do, sit down and get up. Pull that hand up, give that negative marker. You can lure them back into that position again. Okay? So we want to just give that negative marker instead, put them in that position first. Okay? And we're going to use visual cues, then we're going to put verbals on it. Only on the focus this week. We're not going to do it on the sit or the down. Okay? We're going to use markers to let them know if they're doing right or wrong. Make sure every negative has a positive. Okay? You might have to go good boy, guys, but I guarantee they'll get it eventually. Some faster than others. Okay? Reward them with a treat. If you don't have a treat, guess what they like to hear? Good boy, good girl. Those are rewards, guys. Okay? Remember, they feel your intentions. Okay? And I also want you to, everybody think of a release word. Because just like we throw this down here like this, leave it. Leave it. Grab it, munch it, eat it, take it. Take it is their permission to grab it. I can look at you and I say, okay, take it. Okay is the release word, and they still won't take it till I'm looking at them. Okay, take it. Okay. It's right here, Ranger Danger. Take it. There you go. Okay, so what release word do you guys want to use? Nope, take it to a command to go ahead and grab it with your mouth. Okay, you can use okay, done, release. Release is kind of long. We want to keep most of our stuff short, okay, so we don't have to explain all this stuff, you know. So okay or done. I usually say okay. If you say done or something else, then when I come up and do something with your dog, and I may do that on occasion, it's not to show off, it's to see if the dog won't do it with you, I want to see if they'll do it with me. Because my energy's a lot firmer than yours guys yet, because you guys are still learning, okay? If they do it for me, that means what? They got your number, and they know they don't have to do it, okay? So it's just seeing where they're at, okay? Because technically you shouldn't have to teach your dog stay, or because they're supposed to stay in the positions until we let them know that it's okay to leave. Does that make sense? So we're going to ask them to sit. We're not going to let them go until we release them and say, okay. Now I know at first they might get up right away. So sometimes what I want you guys to do is I want you to release them before they release themselves. Because it's our idea, right? We said, okay, and let them go. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. What release word do you want to use? Okay. You guys use okay. Okay. All right. Remind me, when I come up and ask you to do something and I say, okay, you say under your breath, release, and I will say, okay, release. Protect their names. That's another rule. I don't want you guys to use their names in class. Why? Okay, how many times do you guys call your dog's name and they don't listen to you? How many? Nobody? All right. So, when do you use their name? When you're loving on them, okay? And I understand when you have more than one dog, you usually do have to use their name. I don't necessarily. And if I do, I change my tone of voice. When we're at the door and I have 8 dogs and I'm calling them out one at a time, if I say okay and then the dog's name, guess what? They all come. So what I have to do is I have to skip the okay and go, Bo, and then he'll come out and the rest will stay. Sarge. Okay, so, but I want you to try not to use their names unless you're loving on them, okay? Because, shh. Thank you. Good boy. Good job. Good job. Shh. Shh. Good boy. Good job. Okay, he's nervous. He's very nervous, okay? So even the whining you can stop, okay? But you got to get your timing just right. Try your negative marker. Don't use that name again. Because if they ignore it again, they're going to learn to ignore their name. Does that make sense? Okay? So the focus is good for getting their attention, because when we start doing the come, they have to be looking at us. Okay? The other thing is, when we do it down and we're starting to make them stay, okay, and we're moving away from our dogs, a lot of times they'll want to get up, but if they're down there and they're getting distracted and we go focus, it freezes them, and they look at you. So you actually have an opportunity to get back to them before they move, or reiterate, stay or wait or whatever you're working on. Does that make sense? And then we also do use it when we're teaching them to, we shoot them and they fall over dead. Okay, so when they do that, when they're all the way over, then we can get a focus and that freezes them. Okay? And it expands their attention span. You're going to start, this is your homework, you guys, this week. I want you to build that up to 30 seconds. Are you guys going to be at 30 seconds by next week? No, probably not. Okay?
She's doing it for me, but she keeps blowing him off.
Ah, she's particular. Okay, so that means what? Dad needs to practice more. Okay? He needs to, don't let her eat this. Do you have another one? Okay, this is your lure. You're going to show her this, and you're going to give her that one. Okay? Put it in front of her nose. Up to your eye. Say focus. Oh, she's like, no, you got that good one in your, give her the other one. Got it? All right. Oh, she didn't even like that one. You guys, if you guys want these are chicken. They come in the big, they're just chicken and glycerin, I believe. Okay? Sam's, I think, is where you get these. And I take them and I cut them up into strips. Unless your dog has a chicken allergy, okay? Because I don't do grains at all. I've learned too much that those are so important not to give them to your dogs, okay? So she wasn't listening to Mom, but she wasn't listening to Dad. And see? Bigger lure, you guys. Okay? Good job. Now I'm going to show you how you guys have to sit. Here, you want something to do? Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good job. Did you guys see how I taught him? Okay, I put my hand in front of him and went over the top of his head. We're going to learn that in a few minutes. But I showed him. Huh? Good boy. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Okay. A second, and then release him. Okay?
Thanks.
I can come by and make sure everybody's doing. How's he doing?
Good
What do you
boy.
think, bud?
Dexter.
Back up a little and he'll get up. Good. Okay, how about the sit? See if you can walk, maybe walk and get him. Okay, go back to your seat though. And there you go. Mom, show him that hand command. Palm up.
Good boy.
Yep, you use the one without the lead. Put it in front of his nose. Up over his head. Slowly. Mom will hold the leash. Okay, come here. All right,
Thanks.
hold on, bud. There you go. Hold on. Look. Put it in
Good
front of
boy.
his nose. Hey, this one. Don't give it to him, but show him that one. Oh, slowly. Slow. Good. Give him this one.
Hey.
Use that for your lure. Don't lose it. Okay? And release it. Say, okay. Sis, you didn't say okay. You were the one doing it. You got to say the okay. Okay? How's he doing? Next week will be funner. Yeah. Good. And he'll stay there until you release him. Will he? Sit and see if he stays. Oh, he got up. So give him a
boy.
negative marker. Negative marker? Because he, you don't have to sit up. Just stay there. Just bump him with that. There. Now release him. Say, oh, no, that's not your. No, you can't because come means to come to you. You got to use a release word. So what do you want to use? Okay.
Down.
So use your okay and then come. But technically we
boy.
don't say come until they're already coming to get them consistent. Let me see him real quick. You can use this as a training tool. Okay. So come here. Hey. Let's say I ask him to sit and he doesn't want to. Okay. Then I can bump. Hey. See how he listened? Good boy, you're so good. Okay, you can move. Okay. So this is like a training tool. Leave it. Good boy. He did exactly, just a little bump, instant pressure, instant release, and he did what I asked. And do you usually leave the safety on here? Because this is supposed to be, the halty is supposed to be hooked right here. Oh, you're such a stinker. Oh my gosh. He does not want me to put it on there. I'm gonna get it. I swear. Hold on. All right, now this is your safety. Don't say sit unless he's not going to, if he's, There, good boy. And this is your safety. This goes on your leash, on your collar. I hate these little ones because they're so hard to get. Okay, so if he gets it off over his head, oh my God, you're such a baby. You're such a baby. Okay, sorry, I got him all riled up. Yes, that's your safety. Pull him back, all the way. Okay, how's she doing? Girls, can you do the hand command? She listen to you? All right, show me. Hey. Show her the big one. Show the big, but your palm up. Put it right in front of her nose, and then you gotta go over her head. Good girl. Now, sometimes if they don't want to, you can back them up against the wall, or there you go. She's a princess. Okay, and did you release her? What's your release word? Okay, and you don't even have to touch her, but just make sure you release. Keep her there as long as you can. Watch her, and then release. Okay, so see if you can get her to stand up again. There, right overhead. There you go. Good job. And give her the small one. Well, she did do it a little bit. Turn around this way, then, if you want to try it again. Walk around behind her. She'll get up all the way behind her. Stand right over there. There you go. Put it in front of her nose. Put it right in front of her nose so she smells it. But see, that's right in front of her nose. See that? Good girl. And tell her, good girl. She smelled my hand. Keep going. There you go. Give her the little one. Good job. Did you see and release her? Say, okay. Did you guys see the difference? You had it in front of her nose. You guys, she had it in front of her nose, but she had it this far away. Okay, she didn't do it. She kept going like that and she wouldn't do it. You have to sometimes put it right there, and you might have to get them to go right over the top of their head. Everybody's a little bit different. So try different things to see what works with your dogs. Okay, does that make sense? Well, she's scared. Okay, good girl. Good job. Okay. Release. Okay, release. Yep, that's right. Now we're going to ask them to down, but we have to first get them into a sit position. Okay? So, and they get dolphins to jump through the hoops because they give them a reward. They do a signal, the dolphin jumps up, gets that fish. Then they go up a little higher, gives that signal, jumps up a little higher, gets that fish. Do the signal, jumps higher, gets that fish. Pretty soon they're jumping up through the hoop. Okay? So you may have to do that, especially the little ones. The bigger ones, you can, most of the time you can lure. So if he gets up, that's okay. I'm going to ask him to, good boy. Now I'm going to turn my hand over. I'm going to release him from this position. Okay. And I'm going to start luring him down this position right here. Good boy. Good job. I want to kick those hips out. Bam. He's there. And he let me stand up. Okay. He let me stand up. Some of these little dogs, they're not going to let you stand up. It's going to be stages, okay? You're going to first have to get him in that sit position. Good boy, okay? And then you're going to have to get down with them. Sarge, stop mooching. Come on. Yeah, I know, he's mooching. He's good at that. Oh, I don't have a big one. How about this one? Good boy. Good job. Now I'm going to turn my hand over. Okay, and I'm going to start luring him into the down position. Good boy. So you might have to give him a treat right here, right? Okay, so I'm going to give him a treat. Some dogs like to go this way. Some dogs like to go the other way. So once you start luring it into them and they get those hips out, go ahead and give him that treat and tell him down. So he might have got 3 or 4 treats before he got in that position. And this right here is a bang if he goes all the way over. You don't want to go over? Focus. Bang. Good job. Okay. All right. So we're going to learn tricks later on. But, okay. So get them first in that sit position. Release them. Turn your hand over. Start luring them into the down. You may be down here doing this a lot of times. 4, 5, 10 times. Okay. Show them that hand command once they're there in that position and give them that reward there. Okay. Then you guys will start doing it from up here. You're not all the way down. This is only a little bit difference, but it makes a huge difference to your dog. You can also catch your dog going into that position, okay? Tell him, good boy, stand up all the way, stand up all the way. No. See if you can lure him to the side. But there you go, now stand up. Stand up, go like this, Mom.
Oh, like this.
No, and tell, and say, good boy, and then give him a reward. Good job. Good job. Okay. Good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. Talk to them. Let them know they're doing better. I gave her a treat right there. Good girl. This is shaping. I gave her a treat right there. Now I give her another treat. Good job. And I got more ready. Good job. Dogs that are scared do not like to go into the down relaxed position. I am shaping her right now. I am giving her a treat for every little bit that she gives me. Good girl. Now she's not out yet. She's got her hips out. Good. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Okay. See how I shaped her? So you got to get a bunch of little treats and do a little bit each time and talk to her. But why did she listen to me then? Because I had a really enticing treat. It was what I had left was actually dried liver. Okay, and what I usually use is that, do you have any more of that chicken left? Try the chicken and give her a little bit when she first, is she paying attention at all? Okay, put it in front of her nose. See if you can get her up. There you go, just pull the leash, she'll get up. There you go, oh, easy, you Dad. Come here. Come here, babies. Okay, walk over there. There you go, now put it in front of her nose, come over here. And there you put it in front of her nose, palm up. Do a palm up first. Get her go.
Good boy.
Okay, this is where you need to take that deep breath and visualize what you're going to do. What are you going to do? You're going to put it in front of her nose. and you're going to pick it up with that confidence, and you know she's going to do it. Okay? Dad's going like, no, trust me, she's going to do it, okay? And believe that. Because she feels it in your energy. If you don't believe it, she's not going to believe it either.
So
Okay?
you want me to put it in front of her nose?
Right, let me hold her. Oh, she already said it. Okay. So put it in front of her nose, right there. And think, did you take a deep breath? Think about it, what you're going to do?
So am I trying to get her to sit?
You're going to get her to sit. Yeah, so think about it and then visualize it. Okay, I'm going to put my hand down there, and she's going to do it. So your movements like this. Now, she may not want to because you might have to shape her, but I think she will. Okay, so let me get her over here. All right, put it right in front of her nose. Put it right in front of there. So she go
Good boy.
slowly.
Okay.
Stand up straight.
Good girl.
Now turn your hand over, and you break a couple of these off. I want you to have 3 or 4 in your hand because you may have to shape her. Okay, so get 3 or 4 little ones. Got them?
Come here.
Make them little. There you go. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hand over and you're going
Touch
to
her.
release her, say okay, and start going
Sit.
down. But you got to get closer because there you go. Lure it, tell her, keep going, get her go down further. Good job. Give her
Sit.
one there. Yep, and then go a little further. Tell her, good girl.
Good boy.
Good. Go down further.
boy.
Go down further. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Go back up to her nose. Let her have. Go down a little bit more and let her have it. A little bit more. You got. There you go.
Good
Let her
boy,
have it.
Dax.
Let her have it. Let her have it. Now try to go down a little further. It's all right. She's chewing on them. Make them really small. Good girl. Go down a little further. Good. There you go. Have another one ready. Go all the way down again. Good job. Good girl. Wait till, don't give it to her. Let her look on it. Let her look on it. Let her look on it. Go down. Go down. Tell her, good girl. Okay, now you can try going into her body, but you gotta go on this side. Now, and keep it down low. Keep it down low. And switch hands and get her go all the way down. And then go into her body there a little bit. Sometimes you can do that and push into her so she pushes back. There you go. There you go, there. Oh, wait. There you go. Show her the hand command. And give her a treat. Stand up. Show her again. And then release. Okay. Did you guys see? He had to shape her every little bit down there. Okay? Get better treats so they're encouraged more. I didn't get to see everybody, but were they able to get them into a down? Weenie dogs are hard because they are only 4 inches off the ground anyway. Oh. Hey, little lady, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to learn something new today. You ready? It may take them a long time. One of the other things you can do is you can catch them. If she gets on the couch, you can get in and go down the front of the couch, okay, and get her into that Sphinx position consistently, okay? Then once she gets down there comfortably, then you can start going into her side, okay? Or you can catch them. Okay, Dad, you'll probably do a lot of catching. When she goes down lay down, good girl. Good girl, okay? Try not to say the word down this week or the word sit because I got to get you guys out of those habits. Okay, let me see if I have enough here. I'm crushing it up. Are you ready? All right, come over here. Okay, we're going to go into that sit position. Good girl, okay. I'm going to start luring her down. Good job. I'm letting her nibble on it. Good girl. Good job. There you go. There you go. Good job. There you go. And I got more. Oops, sorry. I'm dropping them. Good job. Good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Good job. All right, sometimes sometimes the concrete or linoleum floors help because when you go in against them, they'll push against you and they'll push them into a down position. Okay? Good girl. Okay. Good job. And so let's try the other side. Sometimes they have a preference. Good girl. Oh, you little stinker. Yeah. I'm going to let her have a little bit. We're luring her, shaping her. Good girl. Oh, she doesn't like that side. See how she came up faster? That's cheating. Okay? Come on. Come here. Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you? Oh, you like that one too, huh? All right. Good girl. No cheats. No come here's. No cheating. Good job. Okay, so we got to make sure she gets rewarded or she's going to quit on us. Okay? Good girl. So I'm going to let her have a nibble there. Oh, she cheated. Did you guys see that? She got up. Okay? We don't want her to get up. Here, come here, babies. Come here. Good girl.
Hey.
Good job. It's a big one. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Okay, and I got more. So I'm going to turn my hand over. Okay, let's go. Good girl. So we may have to do this consistently. I mean, maybe 10 times, maybe more. Every dog's a little bit different. We want her to start following a little bit further. Sometimes you can pull them out a little bit, but that'll get them to lay down, but sometimes it brings them up. So you got to try different things. Move your foot a little bit. Oh, and mom's. Good job. See how she came up? And when they come up like that, I want you guys to put them back into that position. Good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, that's cheating again. And also, she's afraid of me. We haven't done, she's seen me, but not very much. Okay? So we need to, sometimes if your dog does not sit, do not push on their hips. Tuck your hand behind them. She probably won't let me because I already see she's too nervous. And that's why I'm not having the success that you can have. Does that make sense? Okay? But keep practicing and get her to go down a little further each time. Okay? I'm afraid this is not going to be good enough because she's not technically sitting. She's got those legs up. Okay? That's cheating. Okay? But good. Oh, wait, let her go behind you. Give her enough leash. Because she feels more comfortable, she went to that sit. Pull your leg out a little bit. And see, I may not be able to get her to go down because she's going to hit that chair. Good girl. See, and she can go push against me. And I'm going to keep doing this, and every time I'm going to go a little bit more until she actually gets there. But it's harder with the little dogs. Does that make sense? Okay. Bye, sweetheart. That's why sometimes class is more than an hour, because we have issues that come up. If somebody's dogging another dog, I got to correct them, because if I allow him to continue doing it, and oh, this is great. She laid down. So, Dad, just loosen that leash or put it on your other knee. There you go. Because you don't want to have to make her get back up and then get in your perimeter and then maybe lay down again. She's already still, okay? See if you can flip it over her head so it's on your side so it's not pulling so tight. Because you want that buckle to hang down. You want them to loose leash walk, but they have a tight leash when you're standing there. How do they know the difference? Okay? And give them a little bit more perimeter.
Like this? This much?
Yeah. And then so when he goes out, go, pull him all the way back in. Put your arm back, tell him, good boy. There you go, okay? And you guys might feel like a yo-yo. Good boy, good boy. Now see, it's not quite taunt, but it is, and I would ask him to come back in just a little bit more, because, all the way in, put your arm back down, tell him, good boy. Okay? Because you guys, if it's down here, we know they're not pulling. Here they're not pulling, here they're not pulling, but it's really close. And then there they're pulling, okay? You're going to be doing a lot of You're setting boundaries. Going out of my perimeter is not acceptable. Being in my perimeter is acceptable. Thank you, okay? And if you want to tell them thank you, I didn't notice, I say it all the time. And one of my clients started doing it with his dog, and he goes, my dog listens better. I said, really? He goes, yeah. I tell her thank you, and she understands. They can tell intention. So if you are thankful for something that they did, they feel that good positive energy. Okay? All right. Let's get back to this. The tools that we're going to use is the food. We're also going to use a verbal command. Okay? And we're also going to use a negative marker that tells them you're not doing what I asked once they learn it. And what's really important is those positive markers. We're going to tell them every time they do something good, okay? So when they jump on you and they get off, tell them good boy, okay? Now, you guys, it may take a lot of those. My Mastiff it took me 8 months to train him to stay off of me, because it took me 6 months to train my ex-husband, okay? Because my ex-husband let him jump up on him every once. So he'd jump up and I'd go, off. And he'd jump down, I say, good boy. And he goes, I'm a good boy, and jump back up. I was going, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. I did it 10 times in a row until he finally realized good boy meant all 4 feet were on the ground. Okay? Why does your dog jump on you in the first place? And they want you to what? Touch them. What do you do when you knee your dog? You touch them. What do you do when you shove them off? You touch them. So when you knee them, they go, oh, that hurt. Touch me again. Because you touch them. Okay? So start using your tools to get them off. Okay? And your positive negative markers. These are huge. You guys can teach your dogs everything with just a positive negative marker. Okay? Let me show you with Ranger. Okay? All right, back up. Back up. Ready? Sit. Wait. And you guys are going to teach them wait too. And we don't turn our backs on them because they're like little kids. If you turn your back, they think you're gone. We want them to win. Set your dogs up for success always. Okay? Well, no, not always. Most of the time. There is a time when you say, put your tongue in, you look silly. Okay. If you had this, you see the tongue hanging out. Okay? Okay, come. Yes. At. Okay. Yes. At. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Okay. Down. Okay. It'll take a while to get you guys to that point because we have to do it in little steps for them to do the down from up here. Okay. Good job. Okay. Come here, Ranger. Good boy. We teach them to stay, wait, come, sit down, take it, leave it, loose leash walk, and come when you call. Okay. I think I said that already. Okay, come here, bud. And he's new at this, so he's probably going to make mistakes, which is good. Whenever you guys are in this class, you're going to learn not only from your dog, but you're going to learn from the other dogs that are in here. Tools is your positive negative markers. If they don't listen to the negative marker, then you can use another tool, such as a squirt bottle, okay, or stomping your feet. I mean it. You're not doing what I asked, okay? Because there's 3 reasons why a dog won't listen to you. Number 1, they don't understand. So you take a puppy and you ask them to sit and you say, sit, sit, and they're looking at you like, what? You're teaching your dog sit means to stand there and look at you because they don't know what it means. That's why you have to put your dog in that position. Some of these dogs don't know. And if you guys want to have consistency, I'm going to have you do it for the next 7 weeks. You might have to do it longer. Do not say that command until they are there. Okay? And if they get up, let me know when she's coming, I'll block for you guys, okay? And when your dog gets up, you don't say sit again because they're standing up. That does not mean sit. We have to get that consistency in them, so we have to give them that negative marker, and then we can use our tools again. Use a bigger tool. Sometimes a little one, it doesn't do enough. Sometimes you need a bigger one or a lot bigger one, okay? Maybe a couple of them, to get them to do what you want them to do. You can also use, say your dog jumps on you. Okay, I didn't have anything. I took this. And he was scared of the papers when he got off. Okay? Also, you need to correct them if they're doing like they're doing now, is whining. Okay? Oh, you're lucky it's all not ready. Good boy, Leo. Shh. Hey, psst. Shh. Good boy. Good boy. Okay? But we got to make sure we say good boy when he's not making noise. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So you can lure her, shape her, and catch her. Those are the 3 train techniques we use. So if she goes up and lays down, you show her that hand command. Good girl. And talk to them. Talk to them all the time, guys. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. You guys got to work on focus. I want to make sure they're loaded. Focus. Focus. This shouldn't take 2. 1 time. Okay? And I want you guys to work on the sit command. Good boy. Okay? And just tell them good boy. Don't forget your release. I'm going to test you guys next week. Hey, I didn't. Thank you. Oh, you don't like him? His liver. No, you don't like him. That's all right. I'm out of chicken. You got it, Mom? We got to get you a Halti. Yeah, so Mom can control him. I had to start all my dogs with a Halti. And we have enough time, we'll do that after class. Okay? So next week when you guys come to class, make sure you have a chest harness that connects in the front or a head halter, which is a Halti or a Holt. Okay? The Holt is just like this. This is your safety. Okay? This is where you hook the leash. It sits on their nose like a halter. Okay? And this is, say this is your leash, because you tie this to the collar, so if your dog gets it off, you still have them connected to your collar in your halty, okay? But this is your halty, and when they go out of the perimeter, it puts pressure on their nose, they don't like it, and they come back. If I can teach you guys how to use these, because people come to me and go, my dog hates his halty. I go, well, I would too, okay? Because you don't release that pressure and give them that release, that reward, okay? So the Holt is like this one. The new Halties are changed. They now have a martingale underneath them, which just makes it when they back up, they can't pull it off their nose because it comes up a little bit. So it doesn't loosen up as much as this one. If that's the case, if your dog is super sensitive, I suggest getting a Holt. I don't have any Holts. I only sell the Halty, okay? Chest harnesses, I noticed Mom's got one over here, and see how hers is, and it connects in the front too. But these don't work as well as these do, okay? Can I see her? Does she pull?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, so you got it on your side. Come here, girlfriend. She's like, oh, no way, I'm scared. Okay, so if she goes, oh, wrong side. See, if she goes out my perimeter, see how it pulls that shoulder back around? Let me get this on the correct side. Come on. Are you going to come? See how that pulls around? I don't think that one works as well because it's up on the collar. It doesn't turn those shoulders. Have you used it? Does it work fairly well for you? Okay. Okay. They just aren't quite as good as these because see how this one's lower on her chest? It really turns that shoulder. Okay, so just go ahead and try it and use it. You know, if you find that it's not working as well, then I suggest these are gentle leader chest harnesses. Do not get the gentle leader nose halters. I'll show you why I don't like those. Okay, come on, baby. Good girl. There you go. Thank you for demonstrating. See the difference in these? This is a Holt, and this is where they put their nose. Okay? It's like the other one. It has an adjustable thing here. Just do not adjust it up tight. The idea of this is reward. When your dog is here in your perimeter, it's sitting on his nose. Okay? It's just sitting there. When he goes out, puts pressure on his nose, he doesn't like it, comes back. If your dog absolutely hates it, that tells me he's going to respect it, and I'll teach you how to get him over that initial I don't like it. Okay? And this ends up becoming a training tool as well. So let's say your dog knows how to sit, and he's looking at you like he's stupid. And he doesn't like this, so if you bump it, instant pressure, instant release, he'll eventually do what you asked, sit or whatever it is. Okay? This is the gentle leader. I do not allow these in my class at all. Why? Because these do not work on the reward basis. These just drag your dog around by the face. You pull this up, you put their nose in it. The only way to keep this on, okay, is by cinching it up tight against their nose. And you're just dragging your dog around by his face. Does that make sense? Any questions? So I think everybody's good, I think, with their we need to get him probably a Halty, because that way you can control him better. I had to start my Mastiff, my Rottweiler, my Weimaraner, all with one. And after a while, can you get away from using a Halty? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because the dog is smart and he knows when you don't have it on and he goes back to pulling. Okay, it's like using one of those puzzle bowls to keep your dog from scarfing his food. Guess what? They only work while they're eating out of that bowl. Okay, you can teach them not to scarf though. All right, so it's going to take on your guys' part mental attitude, patience. That's a big one. That's a consequence. If your dog doesn't do what you ask him to do and he's jumping around looking cute, people give up and they don't make him do it. Well, guess what? That dog knows that I can just jump around and look cute and I don't have to do it. So you have to follow through with your commands. If you ask something, you have to follow through. That goes back to, though, setting your dog up for success. Okay? If you come home and let's say you have friends over, is that the time to ask your dog to sit or do anything that you want him to do? Probably not, because are they going to listen to you? Now, what if there's a rabbit in the yard? Are you going to tell him to come? No, because he's looking at that rabbit. Okay? Set your dog up for success. What are your tools? Your lure, your negative positive markers, outweighting them, using your negative marker with a squirt bottle, okay? Or stomping your feet, or a can of pennies. I was going to show you guys this earlier, and I went to open the door. Okay? This might get their attention. Okay? So you might want to use this. I want you to use tools. I don't want you to physically touch them. Sometimes dogs retaliate, and I don't want you guys to get hurt. Use your tools. Okay? But remember, if you use that tool and they quit doing it, praise them. Okay? All right, any questions so far? All right, well, now remember, it's not going to be so much this week as next week. Next week, you'll really be able to understand what I'm saying when you need to take that deep breath, okay? And think about what you're going to do with your dog, okay? People don't see it as much when you're training them as they do when they're getting ready to meet another dog or a person and they're scared. And we're going to learn that next week. Practice your focus, your sit, and your down. Okay, but you cannot say what? But you can say, good job. And you can also what? Talk to them a lot? And talk to them?
I got that.
Let them encourage them. Yes, that's what I like. That's what I want. Negative marker when you don't.